I am so happy to see you always. And, you know, we already talked about our Michael Cohen stuff tonight, so we got that out of the way. But, you know, people don't realize there's a cost. There's a cost for everyone. And I think that everybody who was on television this morning had to pay that cost. You particularly. You were on Kelly this morning.
Yeah.
And this happened while you were getting interviewed.
She thought for years and years and years and found herself kind of on autopilot and
Special report. Michael Cohen testifies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How dare they?
Zip it
How
at
dare
any
they?
moment.
They should let you now go on Congress and say what you were going to say. Yeah.
Oh, God. I just got agita just, like, thinking of that.
But this is a wonderful show in its second season now. Three moms who commit a crime and then the repercussions of that. Do moms come up to you now and say that that looks like an interesting way to go about things?
Moms, women, yes. People find the show very empowering. It's sisters, best friends, having each other's back no matter what happens. So people are like, I love how they're taking things into their own hands. And I'm like, well, I mean, they're doing really stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, within reason.
Do you think, having done it for a couple years, how do you think you'd be at crime?
I think I would be a little bit smarter than my character.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
But maybe not in the, you know, in when I had to make a quick decision, I might make mistakes. But I think I would cover my tracks a little bit.
All right, that's good. And you have two incredible co-stars, both of whom have been here, Retta, Mae Whitman, and they talk a lot. I hope it's true. They say that you were very close, the three of you.
You hope it's true?
Well, I would hate if you said now, like, no, the minute they say cut, we go our separate ways.
No, we've been texting each other all day long. They are two of my best friends and amazing actresses. I couldn't be luckier. Yeah, we text each other till like 2 in the morning. Retta will finally be like, I have to go to bed. Stop. And we're all sending selfies of ourselves laying in bed. Yeah.
Your mom was not a criminal, but you had a very interesting mom. Your mom was a hypnotherapist.
Yeah, she was not a criminal.
But I can imagine, as a kid, like having a mom as a hypnotherapist, was that a cool? Could you appreciate that was cooler than most moms?
It was. It was sort of a neighborhood trick. She would practice on us when she was learning. And so we would have the neighborhood kids come over and we would be like, you know, go through the process of putting them in hypnosis. And then we would be like, you're going to forget the number 5. And they'd be like, okay, wake up. Now count your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. No way. Like, no way. No way. Wait, 1, 2. And we'd be like, ha ha, we did it.
I mean, that would be the coolest thing in the world.
It was cool. Yeah. I'm sure we were all faking it, but you know, it seemed cool.
You, last time we were here, we talked about Mad Men and the end of that show. You, I still can't believe this story. Your agent did not want you to take the part of Joan.
Yes, or Joel.
Or Joel. I think both of these are bad for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, AMC didn't have any programming.
Sure.
And it was a period piece, and they just didn't think I was going to make them any money. And I decided, I said, I love it. I just feel really, really strongly about it. And they were like, that's so great. No one wants to work with you here.
Wow. So you fully got let go by your agency.
Yeah, I did.
That's amazing. I mean, but also kind of great, right? Because then you didn't have to give them commission on it.
That's true.
But this to me is such a cool story. You guys there was a long delay between when you shot the pilot and when you started the show. Mm-hmm. And so you knew you had a job, which is a thing not a lot of actors live in that moment where they're about to start a job. And so you then took on another job that was not an acting job at all.
We had this about a year where we were being held, and Matt Weiner, the creator of the show, was still working on The Sopranos. And so we couldn't work on anything else because we were in this holding pattern, and I had always wanted to be a florist. So I went to a local florist that I really admired, and I said, would you ever take on an intern that I could learn from your designers? And they kind of looked at me like I was crazy, and they were like, well, I mean, we could use some extra help at Mother's Day. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just do that. So they hired me for a short amount of time, and I did a couple holidays in the meantime. And
did you ever have friends who came in and saw you as a florist and were like, oh, no?
Yeah, yeah. No, quite often they would be coming in to buy flowers for their wives. And I remember my friend Craig Bierko came in, and he went, oh, hey, like, oh, no. And I was like, no, it's okay. I think I have a job. I just have always wanted to do this. And now he's like, that was so badass when you did that. Like a badass florist.
Yeah. But it's true because I think, like, as an actor, like, you get a chance to, like, pretend to be a florist, but to actually get to be a florist is probably a lot cooler.
I thought I was pretty good at it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I was
great.
taking orders, getting, sending things out. I was kind of like,
And I would imagine high pressure. I do because I mean, if like a guy's calling to get flowers for his wife, you don't want to blow that for him. I feel like he's already in trouble, probably.
People come in for like either really sad reasons, bad reasons, or really happy reasons.
Right.
There's not really an in
No
between.
one's on like, it's Tuesday, I'm gonna go get flowers.
Yeah, you're sort of like, ooh, what'd you do? Like, how big should this be? How much? Like,
Right.
how many do we want to get here?
And then I want to ask about because I'm assuming that you've done a lot of things, but Mad Men must be a show people ask you about all the time. And does it get tiring hearing about it or not?
No, it's fantastic. It's funny. People are very sweet about it, and they'll come up and be like, you must hate this, but your show, like, changed my life. And, like, your character was so inspiring. I'm like, yeah, I hate that. Like, that's terrible. It's so nice to hear. And the way people watch TV now, people are sometimes just discovering it now.
Of course.
And people are still binge watching it or rewatching it. So I still get to have it in my life all the time, which is
That's
really
really great. Well, I'm certainly happy to have it in mine. I'm so happy to have you here. Thanks for being back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Always great to see you.